He's bad, bad, oh so bad. Bad to live with you.
I know he's out there, watching, waiting for this night. Alex Screeton. He's obsessed.
I'll never forget what that fuck did. I'll never forget what that fuck did. I'll never forget what that fuck did.
He won't stop.
I'm coming to kill you.
You never know where he is. Wait, there he is. That bastard. Oh, where'd he go? I didn't even look away. Hello?
I'm coming for you, Wagner.
Oh, he must be beaten off. I guess there's nothing better to do but sit back and watch some Halloween 2. Let's get drunk. Nowadays, it's common practice to get an unwanted sequel to a beloved classic. Hell, just look at the past few years. Ghostbusters, The Crow, Star Wars, The Matrix, and yes, even Halloween. But back in 1981, the idea was relatively fresh. Yes, if only those greedy corporate bastards knew what they were ushering in. Halloween was a hit that made millions on a shoestring budget. So of course there had to be a sequel. John Carpenter had made his magnus opus and was ready to move on, but he was roped back into writing a sequel he didn't want to make. So with a six-pack of beer, a typewriter, we got Halloween 2, directed by Rick Rosenthal, who would go on to make the classic Halloween Resurrection. We open with that Mr. Sandman tune, and we start right where we left off from Halloween. I don't think this movie would have been as impactful. It started with a screen that said 5 years later. There are a few reshoots here, but it still looks like Michael Myers is walking up a ramp to fall off the balcony. We get this iconic line.
Is this some kind of joke? I've been trick-or-treated to death tonight.
You don't know what death is.
Then we get to hear Loomis rant on about how he shot him 6 times. I shot him six times! While that's happening, Michael stops in for a hammy sandwich. You gotta restock that murdering fuel. You need carbs. And then it's time for the big fat kill. Yes, supposedly this scene was added to up the gore, and Carpenter himself was brought in to direct. You also notice that this is the same mask from part 1, but old Deborah Hill had it stuffed under her bed getting used as a cum towel. It doesn't look so fresh. Damn, what a chain smoker! Laurie Strode is rushed off to the hospital, and that's where her story arc ends. Until the final chase scene. Riveting stuff. They should copy that idea years later. Meanwhile, Loomis is running around like a fucking lunatic, aiming his gun at little children trick-or-treating. Calm down, Loomis. Oh, you shot him 6 times. This is followed by one of the worst drivers in history. What the fuck, man? You're a police officer. Why are you going 50 in a residential area on Halloween? There's kids out. This poor guy. God damn! Burnt to a crisp. He's on fire! Oh, then we get to hear another one of my favorite lines. Great emoting there, guy. I wonder if that was the best take they could get. Everyone always brings up Slippin' Jimmy. It seems people find this scene creepy, like he's almost stalking her.
Weird.
I guess we should bring up that Jamie Lee Curtis is wearing a terrible looking wig, yes. Yes, if I don't bring up small tidbits like this, the Halloween fanboys will eat me alive. Did you know that Michael Myers' mask is also a William Shatner mask? Huh? Yeah, everyone fucking knows that. Oh, but what Shatner mask was it? From Star Trek? Or could it possibly be from a movie he did the year before, The Devil's Reign? Yeah, I caught Dana Carvey. You think I'm gonna miss that detail? Well, I fucking didn't. They also brought back Nancy Keys for this one shot of Annie.
You let him out.
You let him out? Poor Loomis, getting blamed. But he shot him 6 times! times! This time around, Mikey is played by my favorite shape, Mr. Dick Warlock. Wow, what a powerful name. I want that name. Yeah, that's right, ladies. I'm Warlock, a Dick Warlock. I can shoot my load 6 times! 6 times! Any yoo-hoo. Dick Warlock runs into his son, yeah, I noticed that detail too, and discovers Lori has been taken to the local hospital, and thus the stage has been set. My favorite character, the man who hates mushrooms on his pizza, Bud.
Don't make me cry. I need your pie.
What a ladies' man. I always wondered where Lori's parents are. There's a murderer loose in your town, and you're seriously still down at the lodge getting wasted? Come on. They must fucking hate their kid. Oh, I mean foster kid. I get it now. They don't give a shit. They're hoping she dies. I don't want to make this review longer than Tommy Lee's cock, so let's just cut through the fat. The next 45 minutes is Michael stalking around the hospital, taking out the staff one by one. First to go is your cliche overweight security guard. Yeah, getting the only pussy he's had in 20 years. And then it's hammer time. Of course there has to be a sex scene. Wait, what? This nurse is supposed to be on duty watching newborn babies, and she abandons them to sit in a hot tub with Bud. If you're gonna bang at work, you do it quickly in a broom closet. Yeah, you deserve to lick those nasty fingers that he's been all up inside a dog's gut. Just kill her already. Smoking. Another nurse goes to look for Dr. Mixter. Yeah, he's been mixing some drinks all night. She discovers that he's gotten high on his own supply. This scene is great. Dean Cundy has returned as the cinematographer again, and this is another reason this film works. The lighting is fantastical. Old Mikey fluffs Laura's pillows, and it's game on. We've entered the final chase scene. Most people will argue that this one is nowhere near as good as the original, and I agree to a certain extent. Halloween's final chase scene is a masterpiece in horror. There's no way this could top it. I do think it's iconic in its own way, and when I think of Halloween chase scenes, this is definitely in my top 3. What else happens? Well, old Slippin' Jimmy, slips in some blood. Hey, at least he survives. Well, maybe with a concussion or maybe brain damage. Who knows? Maybe he has to eat out of a straw the rest of his life. Outside, a nurse discovers all the cars have been sabotaged. Well, you can still walk away, but no, she goes back inside and gets a warm finger up the butt. This town has had enough of Loomis's shit and is escorting him out when he discovers this Pepsi twist. Lori is Michael's sister. Ooh. Yes, fans either love or hate this plot development, but back when I was a kid, that was just the story. I feel like I knew that they were siblings before I even seen the series. The first cut of Halloween I would have seen as a kid would have been the TV cut, and they had added all those extra scenes where they were related. I never had a problem with them being related. I can see now how it kind of takes away from the first film, but you know what? You should have never made a sequel in the first place, especially not 12 more of them. Anyway, Loomis and the gang head to the hospital, and Loomis shoots him 6 times! Or 5 times, I don't know, I didn't count. He shoots him, though, 6 times! I love Loomis, he's a maniac. So like any sequel, it's gotta end with a big explosion. You gotta go out with a bang. And that's Halloween 2, and you probably want my summation. Well, I love this film. I think it's one of the few sequels that even comes close to being as good as the original. Everything here works for me on a personal level and a sexual level. It has its flaws, but it's so good I'm willing to overlook them. Just like that wart growing on my nutsack. The ending was supposed to be the definitive death of Michael Myers, but for some reason, we just can't get enough of this psychopath. No matter how many times he's killed off, you always know you can't kill the boogeyman.
Make no mistake, Screeton must be stopped.
Well, that's the end of that chapter. That chapter of watching Halloween movies. Anyway, what's next? Ah yes, how about an old classic? Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Alright, let's just pop this fucker in. Wait a minute. You're here, aren't you? Screeton. Where are you? no. Why now? You waited 10 years. I knew this day would come, Screeton. Don't watch Halloween 3. If you want a victim, take me. But please, leave that movie in peace. God damn you! How does he keep disappearing? I'm looking right at him. No. I know the one thing that could stop this sick bastard! Oh, the ruins. Oh, shit. Fuck! Oh, take this, Screeton. I knew the power of Paul Rudd would be your downfall, Screeton. Oh, look at you now, Screeton. You're so bad. Oh, man. Well, I'm gonna go watch Halloween 3, so you can just lay there like a little bitch.